GM everyone. We'll get started here about a minute late. Hopefully we get some more people filing in. I know everyone was kind of busy this morning with the parody launch. So today is October 17th. It's now 10:31 Mountain Standard Time. It's time for the weekly app sprint. First up, we have Donna in support. GM Donna.
Hello and GM everyone. So for support stats, we had 62 new tickets, which is a 19% increase from the previous week's report. First reply median time is at 1 hour. 45% of the tickets were resolved in one touch. Full resolution median time is at 42 hours, and we had 78 solved tickets last week, which is a 15% increase from the previous week's report. This is due to solving a few problem tickets that can already be solved on app.shapeshift.com. And then we had 700 help desk views last week, which is a 12% decrease from the previous week's views. We also have new articles published today. Those are the Trading with Thorchain article, as well as How to Add Multiple Accounts article, as well as What Happened to BetaShapeshift.com articles. Links are on the spreadsheet if you wish to check. And then lastly, CryptoMeg is almost back to work. She's back in Discord and easing her way back in. She will be attending a few community calls in the next coming weeks, including the Alphox meeting. Mogi will be on vacation and will be out the rest of the week next week. If you need him for anything next week, you can leave him a DM, but replies may be delayed. That's it for support. Thank you and have a great day.
Thanks, Donna, for those updates. Next up, we got marketing and Arena. GM Arena.
GM, PTT, GM everyone. So last week we announced the Thorchain integration and ran a campaign based around self-custody, no KYC, and self-sovereign finance. There's a video we posted on our Twitter and YouTube around this, so check it out if you haven't done so yet. This week is a big week for us. We're officially announcing the new open source mobile app and legacy user migration. The press release is scheduled and going live on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Besides the mobile app and user migration stuff, the new Fox XDAI region farm is live on Giveth with rewards starting today. So check it out and get in early for some juicy APR. And that's it from marketing and me, and I hope everybody has a great week ahead.
Thanks, Arena, for those updates. Next up, we have Globalization. Possibly. Is the Smith in the audience? I'm not seeing him, so I'll just read it off. Ending DevCon / Columbia operations. Let's bring the boys back home. Global workstream attended 9 events in 2020 so far. Columbia's network activation during the week, aiming potential partnerships. Weekly translation sync in 4 languages for the app translations. Spanish AMAs ahead of aiming LATAM communities. Connex Agency Venezuela and Gate.io on Friday. Global workstream will reschedule today's office hours for the middle of the week. And that'll do it for that. Next one would be Jenkin and Modsquad, but I don't see Jenkin in here right now, so I will read this one as well. So users for 7 days was 2, 14 days was 87, and there are no rates this week. Next up, we got Diggy and Product. GM Diggy.
Happy Monday. Yeah, so we just flipped beta. So now beta is pointing at app.shapeshift.com. Yay, migration. And then I'm just chatting with Willie and Beard about how to redirect the Fox farming page where there was a hiccup there, but we're trying to figure out an alternate solution or a workaround. Other than that, it went pretty smoothly. And then Beard's been working on the buy sell page that will be visible like for SEO and will be used as a funnel. He's going to need some assistance from the core engineering team to decouple the widget itself, but he's been working on that. And then we've been talking through a lot of the Thorchain LP stuff and starting to work through the UX, so we'll be continuing on that. On my end, just working on a grant proposal for Thorchain and going to continue on that. And then just a reminder, we're still planning to have office hours this Thursday. I am out Tuesday and Wednesday and partial availability on Thursday for traveling around the world and back home. And that's it. Thanks.
Thanks, Diggy, for those updates. Next up, we got DeFi Cafe and Engineering. GM DeFi.
Yeah. Well, we did it. Thanks to everyone, plus all the teams, engineering, product, operations, support, marketing, everyone. Beta is no more. It's like the coolest thing ever. Really, like, it's going to be a big like cleanup and like I guess reprioritization effort of stuff. Trying to really get like production to a stable and maintainable state, and then look at all of our kind of current stuff that we have in progress. You know, there's like Wallet Connect bounties, there's, you know, the remainders of Rune, there's advanced trade settings, all of this kind of stuff. So it's a massive cleanup board, and I think Diggy and myself and Tyler and others are going to get together and try and figure out how we prioritize all that stuff. But yeah, just pumping the brakes a little bit, and just super glad to be past the beta and mobile app migration stuff. So yeah, I think we'll have a bit more of a clearer plan of what the roadmap's going to look like next week. But at the moment, it's just going to be, you know, tidying up all of these existing bugs that we know of, and yeah, that's pretty much it from engineering this week.
Thanks for those updates, and congratulations to the whole team on the parity migration push. Next up, we got operations, and we don't have too much right now, just because, as Diggy and DeFi had said, we kind of are in this parity push here. Just a reminder, the All Fox is at the end of the month, which is, I believe, next Wednesday, the 26th. Triage report for last week, there were I actually did not see it, so these are last week's numbers, so I'll update that when I see that come through. This morning was the last push for parity. I don't believe we will be having the weekly meeting anymore, but there may be a post-op or a sync to figure out what we could have done better later on. Look forward to that. Continue to look for people to report feedback on the new app and more. So just continue to get more eyes and people that are close with the product. That would be great. We could 10-10. There are 57 PRs and 3 repos by 7 contributors, 2 bounties created, and 0 closed successfully. Next up, we got Kent and Tokenomics. GM Kent, welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Glad to be back. I spent the week recovering from DevCon. It was a hell of a week. This was my 5th DevCon, and I think hands down like the best ever, just in terms of the venue, the vibe, the people. And what made it especially cool is like just being able to let everybody know what's going on with the DAO, and also just making, you know, relevant connections, and lots of great conversations. I'll talk about it more tomorrow, but yeah, TLDR is like really cool to be seeing people's response to the new app. Some of it is just demystifying, you know, that hey, we're not really we're not an exchange anymore. We're a DAO, and this is what we do. But a really positive response to that. Talk to D2D token swaps with other DAOs, explored new protocols, just all around making great connections. So yeah, great time, and time well spent. Also, it was wonderful to hang out with some other foxes down there. Going back to tokenomics land here. So the tribe redemption contract is something we're still monitoring. That originally had 15.3 million fox in it. It's now down to 11.2 million fox. So in other words, about 27% of tribe holders have redeemed their tribe for the tokens in that contract, of which fox is included. So this is actually a really good scenario, because that fox is just sort of gradually getting distributed, as opposed to, you know, just everybody redeems it and it's sold on the market all at once, which was kind of a concern before. But we'll continue to monitor that. In terms of the runway, I've updated that, and I'm going to talk about that more tomorrow. We've had an important material change to the runway in light of a budget change related to Keep Key moving forward. So we'll talk about that. In terms of the length of the runway, this has been a beneficial development. In terms of bond protocol, our LUSD bonds continue. You can follow along by just looking at the treasury. Again, with bond protocol, these LUSD that are raised via the Fox bonds are deposited directly into the DAO treasury, which is really cool and frictionless. We don't have to sweep that in periodically. If you look at it, you'll notice there was a pause for about 4 or 5 days last week. The cause of this pause was a circuit breaker in bond protocol that prevents too many bonds from being sold all at once. We were able to sort that out, and things are moving again. And again, we'll get a little bit more in depth into that tomorrow. Our Olympus bonds are continuing to be active as well. And then finally, Josh on the TMDC was kind enough to update our Fox allocation for just assessing how many Fox remain for the TMDC allocation. We'll cover that tomorrow as well. So thanks everybody. Make it an awesome week, and it's a pleasure to DAO with you.
Awesome. Thanks for those updates, Kent. Next up, we got Willie and Ocean for the Fox Foundation.
All right. Yeah, so migration is done. Pretty exciting. I was preparing some stats for the board deck and just looking at iOS, the iOS app, there's about an 88% reduction in crashes. So it's a pretty cool stat to see. New app's definitely more stable. So hopefully that will lead to just increased usership. And some other important stats from there, just on the iOS side specifically, there's no real indication of increased deletion of the app or less sessions of users from before. So it looks like we've definitely retained a significant portion, if not all, of the previous users that were on the app. So some good stuff there. Tomorrow, I will be spending some time during the Tokenomics call. That's kind of graciously given me to go over some of the DAO revenue model stuff and kind of just a little model that I put together to get us thinking about kind of the business of the DAO and what things look like going forward. We have our board meeting on Thursday, and then I will be out of the office the following week through 11/2. 11/3, we're going to be tearing down all of the remaining legacy infrastructure, which will be really exciting. And then I think that's it from me. Willie's got a couple updates as well.
GM, everybody, happy to be back. It feels like it's been forever that I was gone, and congrats everybody on the migration. The new app is looking so freaking good, and this is a huge milestone in our journey towards complete decentralization. So huge props to all of you for doing this. I really enjoyed getting to show the new app to basically everyone who would listen at DevCon, which was quite a few people. I think Kent gave a good overview earlier. There are kind of a couple of camps of people. There's people who have either never heard of ShapeShift, generally people who have joined post 2018, or people who knew about ShapeShift before 2018 but weren't aware of what we were doing yet. So it was really great to give them an overview of ShapeShift and a demo of the new app. And overall, the response was very, very positive. People get it, and they're very impressed with the new app, the functionality that it offers, and the really smooth UI UX. And then there were also people who are very familiar with what we're doing and gave us lots of kudos. They've been enjoying the new app. They really like the mission. I also got a lot of kudos just on the DAO itself, and heard from some pretty cool projects that are learning from us, attending our meetings, copying our documentation and everything. So really encouraging. Had a lot of great conversations and met some other cool protocols like Kent was saying, and that are interested in partnerships, integrations, or token swaps and grants and stuff. So very productive week, but glad to be back. And yeah, now that this migration's done, looking forward to wrapping up some of the stuff that's in flight and figuring out what's next. And on that note, very much looking forward to this DAO powwow in December. We are actively planning that out, and it's interesting kind of planning it out as a DAO. So it's kind of a team effort, and if anyone has an activity or a session that they think would be valuable to have, and ideally that they would like to lead, please feel free to suggest it in this Notion doc, or any other ideas around the powwow. We're all ears and open-minded to how we can make this the most productive powwow, and make sure that we're all leaving the powwow aligned on what's the best next steps for us to take now that this migration is complete. And that's all I got.
Awesome. Thank you for those updates, Willie, Fox, and Ocean. if anyone needs to get access to that link, the link to this document is in Ops Public, and then you can find the Notion link from there. And now, if anyone else has anything, would be the time to raise your hand or type in stage chat, or else we can give everyone some time back and call it a good GM. Doesn't look like anybody's raising their hands, so let's make a great GM all. Thank you.